Okay, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good midnight, whenever you're watching this, wherever you are at. This video is for you, the average citizen, the person who's not a car enthusiast, a professional detailer, someone who knows a lot about detailing in general. I wanted to make this informative video on how to do a rinseless wash. First question, what is a rinseless wash? Amazing questions, keep it up, okay? So a rinseless wash is halfway between a waterless wash and a full pressure wash with foam and soap and everything. So a waterless wash is basically a cleaning solution that it's like a spray nozzle, right? And you just spray it, you don't need any water, you don't need nothing. You just spray it on your car's paint and then you wipe it off, okay? It's not really popular because if there is any dirt or debris on your car and that's all you spray and you don't rinse it down with water, then there is a lot of dirt and debris attached to your car's paint. So when you go to wipe it off after you spray the waterless wash, you're basically carrying that dirt and debris from one side to another side of the car, which ends up scratching your paint. So not really good. It's usually meant for people after they wash their car and they're going to a car show and they notice, oh, shoot, there's a spot on my car that I missed. Use the waterless wash, scoop it up real quick. After that, there's a rinseless wash. Rinseless meaning you don't need water to go ahead and rinse the entire car down. What I do is use O&R, Wash and Shine Optimum No Rinse. It's a rinseless wash. There's a lot of products like this on the market. And this is really concentrated and it's basically a soap that does not set up into a lot of foam. So this is really useful whether you live in an apartment or it's winter and you don't want to take your car outside the garage to clean it, you just want to clean it inside the garage, or you live in a place with not a lot of access to water. So this is the perfect solution to it. Optimum No Rinse, Wash and Shine. And I put it in a pressure sprayer. You can put it in a spray nozzle if you want to, but it's a lot of work on your forearms and your fingers end up getting really tired, especially if you're covering the entire car. So I got a pressure sprayer. I got this one from Lowe's. I don't know what it's called. Roundup pressure sprayer. It's a pretty good one. There's a lot of them like it on the market. So this is all you need. What I do is I spray the car down, the entire car with this. I let it soak, so all the dirt and debris, it catches all that and it soaks to the bottom of the car. And then I go after it one more time and I soak it with this solution, the Optimum No Rinse Wash and Shine. All you need is 1 ounce or 2 ounces for an entire gallon or two of water. It is really concentrated stuff. It's really strong. So I foam it down the first time and then I let it sit for a little bit, all the dirt falls down, and then I foam it down again. So I'm working on a surface that has as minimum dirt and debris as possible, meaning the least chance that you end up scratching your car's paint. So let's get into it. So this is actually my car that I'm testing this stuff on. Don't really have time when I'm at customers' places to make a whole video like this. So it's time to clean my car, so I wanted to do a video on it. As you can see, it's pretty dirty. You can't really see it on camera, but some spots like that, it does stick out. Got some water spots on my mirrors. Nobody likes those. I do have a lot of scratches over here. Someone did hit my car, so unfortunately those you can't really get out. Usually you can with polishing, but those are really big scratches. It's more of a repair issue than a cleaning issue. Bada bing. Tires are really dirty too. We're gonna see if we can get the tires with a rinseless wash. These are really hard because they're really dirty, but we will try our best. So right now I have a pressure sprayer with 1 ounce of O&R to 1 gallon of water. As I said, very strong stuff. It's in a pressure sprayer. So go ahead and put some pressure in it. And select, I like the fan setting. So it's like this. And I believe, there you go, you just hold it up. I'm gonna go ahead and load some more pressure into this thing. But as you can see, I pretty much got half the car with it. Now I'm gonna take it again and finish up the car. And as you can see, I have the entire car sprayed down with the O&R solution, and I do have a wax on my car, so you can see water is, I applied it a little while ago, so it might be weakening down, but water is beating on the surface instead of sticking to one spot. It's just dripping right off. But that's basically how you do it. With the pressure sprayer, it is a lot easier instead of going poo 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 with a spray nozzle all day, weakening your fingers. I just did it with the pressure sprayer, and it took just 2 pumps, and I got the entire car. So we're gonna let this sit for about 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and then we're gonna hit it with a second dose of the O&R solution. This rinseless solution only works for lightly soiled to medium soiled cars. You don't want to do on anything that's heavily dirty, that has a lot of mud, dirt, and everything all over the car, because you will end up scratching your paint. If you have gotten mudding in your truck, this is definitely not the way to go for you. You gotta take it to a self-serve car wash. Definitely not an automatic car wash if you're anybody, because you don't want to scratch your paint. Automatic car washes are not good, but this is great for lightly soiled and medium soiled cars. Okay, now we have foam sprayed the entire car a second time, minimizing the amount of scratches, if any, that we're going to put in this car, because this car was lightly soiled. There was barely any dirt on there. What we do a second spray down to get all the dirt that was on there off the car. So now what I'm going to do is take my clean microfiber cloth, and I have my O&R solution in here, and basically, see if I can fit it in here. I want to get this entire towel soaked with this O&R solution. This entire towel is soaked down with this O&R solution, and when you fold the towel into 4, if you think about it, you have 8 clean sides to clean your car. So as soon as you wipe one panel down, you want to move on to the next panel, use a clean side. That way, you're not putting anything that you scooped up from one panel onto another panel, minimizing the amount of scratches you're going to put in your paint. So we have one hood panel right here, so we're going to use one clean side for it. So we're going to go in straight lines. And as you can see, we have made one dirty side. So now we are going to fold this open, and lower it down a little bit so it's pretty even. And now we're going to fold it this way and use this. This side is no longer usable, so we're not going to use this side anymore. Now we're going to move on to a clean side and another panel. When you do one panel, you want to work top down, because the bottom has a lot more dirt and debris being closer to the ground than the top does. So if you're going to do something, do the top first and then work down, so you're not reintroducing this dirt onto here. Okay, now I'm gonna clean the last side. We're gonna work from top to bottom. We're down wiping down the entire car from top to bottom, including all the windows. Now, if you're working in sun, it's another pro tip: you never want to work in sunlight. You always want to dry your car by hand. Sun usually ends up leaving water spots, but it's shady right now, and just the air is helping me dry this car. So you never want to leave too much time, otherwise water spots form in your paint. For a day, it's not that bad, you can get it off. But after a week, after 2 weeks, after a month, you're going to start etching into your car's paint. It's going to be a lot harder to get off. If you ever notice a bunch of spots on your mirror or somewhere else on your car, those are water spots that are etched into the paint. So we're done with this towel. It is super dirty. The only thing I might use this on again is the tires, because the tires are really nasty, and no one's going to get them 100% clean. So that's the only thing I'll use on here. What I'm going to do now is use this clean microfiber cloth to dry the entire vehicle. Snowy Auto Details. This is Ali. Snowy Auto Details. This is Ali, and we're back on this rinseless wash episode. And I have a bunch of products in front of me. Right here, we have P&S Brake Buster, a total wheel cleaner. I use this for the wheels, and the tires, and the fender wells as well. So this is supposed to help break down all the brake dust that is found inside the wheels. Brake dust collects over time, and it's not something that can rinse away with just soap. So when you wash your car down and you wash the tires, this tire is pretty brown right now. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it is. And when I wash it down with water, it's gonna look a lot cleaner. However, when the car tire does dry, that brownness is gonna come back. And even if you wipe this down with soap, soap does not break down the grease and the grime and all the dirt that is making up the brownness. You need a wheel cleaner. So there are two different types of wheel cleaner. As I mentioned, I have Brake Buster by P&S right here. This is a non-acid wheel cleaner. Non-acid meaning safe for all wheels. And over here I have something a little bit stronger, which is Wheel Brightener. This is an acidic wheel cleaner, and it says dilution up to 4:1. I use 5:1. So that's really strong stuff. That's gonna break down brake dust, no problem. But the issue with that is that if you have a lot of curb rash meaning over here, curb rash because you side swept this side of a curb, meaning curb rash, then you don't want to use a acidic wheel cleaner, because what it's going to do is that's bare metal. There's no clear coat on top of the metal because you basically scraped it off. So you don't want to use an acidic wheel cleaner for that, because it's going to make the metal look really dirty, and it's not safe for pure metal. This has a full clear coat over it, so we're okay. And that's just a little spot, and again, it's my car, so I'm okay with using an acidic wheel cleaner for this example. But if it was another person's car, don't do anything stupid, okay? If you're a professional detailer, don't do anything stupid. So I have Brake Buster right here. I dilute it up to 2:1, 3:1. And I have McGuire's Wheel Brightener, the acidic wheel cleaner, diluted 5:1. Diluted just meaning I have 5 parts water to 1 part wheel brightener. So when I say 5:1, that means if this was cut into 6, right? 5/6 of it would be wheel brightener, or 5/6 of it would be water, and the 1/6 of it would be wheel brightener. Because these gallon sizes are straight concentrate, so you got to break it down. Save your money, and it's a lot more efficient too. So we're doing this as a rinseless wash. We did the entire thing with the rinseless wash, and we dried it down, and now we're gonna see if we can do the tires as well. So first thing, if you don't need to use the acidic wheel cleaner, why use something that when you have a safer option to, safer alternative? So we're gonna use this first. If it's not good, then we're gonna move on to acidic. But I go ahead and I use my O&R solution that I had from earlier. I'm going to rinse the tire down. Rinse, soak, spray, you know what I mean. I don't want you guys to come at me. All of you said rinseless solution. What do you mean you're rinsing? All right, I'm spraying it with the O&R solution, okay? That's what I'm doing. Please don't yell at me. Okay, we're gonna put this back. As you can see, the wheel looks matte black right now. You're like, oh my God, that's clean. It's not really clean, just wait until it dries. So now we're gonna use this pressure sprayer with P&S Brake Buster, a non-acid wheel cleaner safe for all wheels. This is diluted up to 2:1, 3:1. You can really dilute this a lot. If you look at YouTube videos, they say you can dilute it even up to 10:1. But I personally found that when I do that, it's not really that effective for me. So, that's okay. I'll just dilute it a little bit less. So you got that all over the car, wheel, and we're gonna use our brushes. We have a tire brush. You see the bristles on here are really rough, meant for tires, safe on tires. This is to get in between the spokes, and this is for the face of the wheel. We also have, you can also get fender well brushes that are really long and go into the back, but mine doesn't really fit between my car, so that's okay. What you do want to do is make sure you get all the solution that you can out from the inside of the wheel. You don't want the solution to stay. Will it hurt the car's wheel? No, because we didn't use an acidic wheel cleaner. We used something that's safe for all car wheels and non-acid, and it's not going to break anything down that we don't want it to. Would I do something like this with the wheel brightener? Honestly, no, I would not. I would make sure I have a ability to rinse with a hose and a lot of water to make sure I get all that acid out of there. But when you do have that option in regards to wheel brightener, acidic wheel cleaner, really strong stuff will really break dust no problem. And I'll have everything linked in the description to Amazon so you can buy all that stuff that you want to. Okay, now that we are done using a rinseless wash on this entire car, including the tires and the wheels, we are now ready to go ahead and wax the car. Go ahead and use whatever type of protection you want to do. If you're looking for a ceramic coating, you want to visit a professional that can take care of that. Nearby detail shop or a mobile car detailer that specializes in ceramic coatings. Those offer the longest protection. Go ahead and do your own research on that. If you're looking for something simple that you can do yourself, you can also get a wax or a sealant. The one I'm going to use today is an express spray wax. So the difference between waxes and sealants, they're both forms of protection. Wax offers a lot of shine but little protection, and sealants offer a lot of protection but little shine. So you can always combine the two if you want to. Put a sealant on the first coat, right? Wash the car, dry it, and then put the sealant as the base coat because it's going to give 3, 6, 12 months of protection. And then on top of that, you want to put your wax to make it really shiny. So right now we're just going to use a wax. I already have a sealant on my car that lasts up to 6 months. It's been about 1 or 2 months right now, so I don't want to put another sealant on top. Just going to go ahead and put a wax on here. You guys are going to see what that looks like. It does not look like that. What I'm gonna use is McGuire's Express Spray Wax. Really good wax. It doesn't offer a lot of protection. I would say about a month, depending on the condition you keep your car in. Is it garage kept? Is it kept in the outside? Is it a daily driver? Is it going through harsh weather conditions like snow and hail and all that stuff? Really, all that together puts into word on how much this is going to help your car, whether it's 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, maybe a little bit longer than that if you don't drive it too much. I got it in a little spray bottle right here. This is another company's spray bottle, so I'm not pouring degreaser on my car. Don't worry. I'm going to go ahead and wax my car. And with this stuff, it can be applied if your car is a little bit wet or it's fully dry. And you don't need a lot. 1 spray, 2 spray, 3 spray. So 3 sprays per panel. Always prime the microfiber towel. Okay, now that we have finished waxing the entire car, we have to buff off the wax so we don't have any sticky wax residue left on the car. So I have my microfiber towel already switched to a clean, dry side that doesn't have any wax or anything on it, and I'm gonna buff off all the wax that's left on this car right now. Now that we have buffed out all the wax from the entire car, some finishing steps. If you are a professional detailer or if you are a car enthusiast that really cares about your car, you want to go ahead and open up your car. And these are called door jams, right between the inside and the outside of the car. And we do wash the car, probably not during the rinseless method, but if you do use a hose and hose down to the entire car, there's going to be a lot of water dripping down on this end right here. So you don't want your customer to open the car and see a bunch of water and soap and be like, oh, what the heck, man, I paid for exterior detail and they forgot about this part. So I'm going to clean this, do some finishing steps, and we'll all be done. Now we're all done, and I brought the car into the garage. I'm gonna go ahead and close the garage down, doing a recap of what we learned today and everything that we performed on the car. So we did a rinseless wash. Can it be done? Yes, it can. What are the limitations? So rinseless wash can only be done on a lightly soiled or medium soiled car, and if it is medium soiled and the tires are, fairly dirty, don't expect to get 100% of the tire clean. Can you clean the entire car? Yes. If it's a heavily soiled car, no, you can't, and please don't do it because you're going to end up scratching your paint. So rinseless wash can be done. You saw me go ahead and clean the tire. So we rinsed it down first, then we sprayed our wheel cleaner. As I said, there are two types of wheel cleaners, non-acid and acid. Acid, not safe on curb rash tires when you expose the metal of your wheel, because you have basically when you scrape up against the curb, it basically digs into the clear coat, which is a layer of plastic above the metal meant to protect the metal. Basically that clear coat is gone, so if you use an acidic wheel cleaner, it's not going to look so good. So we used a non-acidic wheel cleaner and no water. We just had the pressure sprayer and we sprayed it, did a wheel cleaner, used all of our 3 brushes, one of them being a Speedmaster brush to get in between the spokes, the other one being a tire brush, and the other one being just like a detail brush that we go over the spokes with and the lug nuts. Remember to spray your vehicle down with the O&R solution. 1 ounce to 2 gallons of water is enough. It's really concentrated. Foam the entire thing down, let it sit for 5 minutes so all the dirt gets trapped in the foam and goes down to the bottom. Foam it down one more time. Then use a clean microfiber towel, soak it in the O&R solution, and clean one panel at a time, going from top to bottom using one side of the microfiber towel. And if you fold it correctly, you should have 8 clean sides to go ahead and do your entire vehicle with. If you need another microfiber towel, go ahead and use another microfiber towel. And after we foam down the entire vehicle, use a microfiber cloth to agitate it. Then we went ahead and dried it with a microfiber towel as well, and we put on a spray wax, so giving it about a month of protection but making it pretty shiny. And after you're done with the spray wax, make sure you buff it off so you don't have any wax residue left. For the tires, you can always put tire protectant. I use Chemical Guys VRP. I actually dilute it 5:1, but I didn't want to do it right now because we do a rinseless wash. I just don't need tire protectant. I don't want them to look shiny right now. I'm okay, but you always can. We wax the windows, and that's pretty much how you do a rinseless wash. If you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, please feel free to comment them down below, and I will try to get back to you.